now, and as long as gold has been going sideways, oil has been going up, and is that likely to continue this week?
I think so.
That.
Which is good. And Julian touched on this earlier with oil and the backwardation, and which meaning the spot price at the moment is a lot higher than the futures price. But let's have a look what happened during the week, because we're starting to get nosebleeds with how quickly this has been going up since, and solidly since the beginning of September, after it sort of like had this little area of consolidation, broke out, came back, retested the level of the breakout, and then continued on at these dizzying heights. Fundamentals, we all know that with oil, it is very fundamentally sensitive. So people making comments about how they're going to increase or decrease production has really, really made a mark on the way that oil moves. I was nearly going to say gold there, the way oil moves. But at the moment, what we've got is, Julian touched on it as well, is how many utility companies are absolutely closing down. And we're not talking just India, we're not just talking the UK, we're not talking, nearly every country has got a bit of an issue with energy and fossil fuels, especially with oil. And so at the moment, we've had this fabulous week of consolidation. I always like a good consolidation on oil, because then we always seem to get this, as I just showed you here back in September on the daily, we get this really good push forward again. What's stopping it? We've got a Northern Hemisphere winter on our doorstep. We have got insufficient supplies to actually allow people to heat, to do whatever they need to do. So natural gas is also under the pump, and as is oil. And whilst they've been asked, OPEC countries have been asked really, really nicely to increase their supply so that they can take a bit of the heat out of the cost of these commodities. But they have politely declined at the moment. They have decided that they really do like the price up here a little bit higher, because people are still buying it. And whilst people are still buying it, you can see this continual push upwards. We don't see a changeover. If you want to be really technical, we see that the DI plus is well above the 25. It's off the Richter scale here, down here on the ADX. It's showing its strength. Do we expect it to come back and retest if it does break out at these levels? Absolutely. That's the way that it absolutely has always moved. So we've had a week of consolidation last week. The pressure is still there. The demand is still there. The supply is not being cut. It's a very, very basic equation. I do expect to see this to keep moving up between that 85, perhaps we will see it up around the 90 mark by the end of the week, Paul. Who knows? Or the next couple of weeks. Although that's a really dangerous thing, putting a timeline on where you think it to go. But when you look at what you've seen in the last week on the 4-hourly and where that's going, it's I can't see it. I can't see it coming back down to 75 tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that's a fair opinion, Ainslie. Thank you very much for that. Now we've had a look at macro markets with Julian. We've had a look at fundamentals with Alexis. We've had a look at the most important data with Ash. We've had a look at gold with Ainslie, oil with Ainslie. We've had a look at crypto with